What's up, Royals? I'm Kai. Hope you're doing well, and in this video we're going to talk about two clutches. The first one being a Orange Dream Ultramel Pied, and the second clutch being the Puzzle Hypo clutch. Things didn't go as planned. I'll tell you all about it, so stick around. You're watching Lucas Lane and Royals. Hey Royals, so in last week's video we had some really good results, and the world has a way of balancing out. So this time around we have some not so great results. In fact, we had some losses, but with everything there's going to be ups and there's downs, and definitely in this hobby that's no different. But you do have to find the silver lining, and sometimes you have to create that silver lining. So the first clutch I want to talk about is related to my Ultramel Pied project. Now I have a couple double het females. One of them decided to reabsorb her follicles. The other one continued to build her follicles, but the male that I put in there, which was an Ultramel het pied, I guess he was too young. He just never locked. At least I've never seen a lock, nothing been confirmed. But I felt that female, and she continued to develop follicles, and I think she was around probably 25-30 millimeters, and I just thought, like, he's not doing the job. The male's not doing his job. I got to put something else in there. I always talk about the importance of having backup males. I didn't really have another Ultramel male, or even a het male, to put with her. So what I thought I would do is put something that is a powerhouse that would still help take that project forward. And that powerhouse male that I ended up using is a Super Orange Dream Leopard Pied Possible Yellow Belly. So all the babies are going to be Orange Dream, half of them are going to be pieds, and all of them are going to be 50% het. For Ultramel, of course, my thought at this point, or my plan, is to hold back the females, try to make an Ultramel pied maybe next season, and hold back a male from that clutch, and then put that male with the females from this season. So that's how I'm going to advance the project. That's the silver lining that I created for myself. So let's take a look at those animals, and I'm going to be pulling the mom off of her clutch of eggs that she just laid. Here she is. So I thought that pile of eggs looked kind of small, but turns out that's a pretty decent size for a first-time breeder. Let me just give me a second to stabilize this. So I already took the water bowl out. That way I could take some pictures for Instagram. And I don't know what she's doing. I think she wants to get away, or she wants to get in position to strike at me. So the first thing I want to do is just get her off the eggs. We'll just unhook her tail. That way the eggs don't roll all over the place. And I'm going to put her into a tub of warm water so she can wash off the egg scent. And you can see she's pretty concaved, but not too bad. I think she can put on her weight pretty quickly. I should just show you real quick. I put them in the zipper pattern. That just makes it fit a little bit better. You can see if I had more eggs, 6, 9, 10 eggs, I can probably fit them all in here if I use this zipper pattern. If there were more than 8 or so, I would probably have an air gap in the middle just to help with diffusing some of the heat that the eggs themselves generate during development. So this is going to go into the incubator in about 55 to 60 days. Hopefully we should get some baby snakes. So I got my fingers crossed, hoping the stars will align for me. So now on to the next clutch, which is the Hypo Puzzle project. I did very similar pairing last season. I got pretty good, actually excellent results, because I got a ton of females. I got a bunch of hypos. This time I'm using the same male, which is a double het Hypo Puzzle, to a vanilla queen bee. So that's vanilla, lesser, pastel, spider, and she is a visual hypo. But things didn't go quite right. She gave me a clutch, but there were slugs, There were boob eggs. There was only one egg that looked nice and pearly white, but even then that one had issues, and I'm going to show you all the work that went into it. I'll show you the egg pulling, I'll show you the egg cutting, and the update all in this video. So let's get on to it. So I have a little bit of bad news, guys. I can't find the egg pulling video. It probably got lost amongst all of my other video clips. If I find it, I'll throw it up on Instagram or Facebook. But for now, I figure I'd show you the mom. And this is that vanilla queen bee hypo that I was talking about. Absolutely gorgeous. And you can see that she's actually recovering some of the weight that she's lost due to laying those eggs. So now with the magic of editing, let's move on to the egg cutting portion. We got one that appears to be decent, although we got some mold and stuff going on underneath it. That's a boob egg, you can tell there. And then we have this little tiny thing. Now when I candled it, it did have veins. So I decided to keep it, and look, it's just slightly bigger than the size of a quarter. So what happens inside here is it just becomes this like gel stuff. So the baby or the hatchling or the embryo, whatever, doesn't really go onto this side. It just stays where it's nice and calcified like that. And that part is literally about the size, slightly bigger than the size of a quarter. So we're gonna open this one first because I'm really eager to see what is in there. Let me just wash up real quick. I'll be right back. All right, so here we go. We are going to cut this little thing open. Only 3 eggs. Well, only one actual egg, a boob egg, and then this little weird thing here. Kind of hard to pinch it, so we'll just do our best. Okay, now we are on day 55, so we should be in good shape. Like I said, I did see veins, but I have no idea what is in here. And I'll be honest, seeing a lot of goo there. Let me see if I can try to focus this for you guys. Here we go. Oh my goodness. I don't think that thing made it. I really don't think it made it. It doesn't look... Yeah. I mean, it looks like it's formed pretty well, but I don't think it made it, guys. That's unfortunate. It's a little pale in color. What I forgot to do was take out this tray, so let me do that right now. All right, so we can take a second look at this. That would have been so cool to get a really, really tiny baby out of this. But you can see that it formed. It's got its head, it's got its color, it's got eyes. Yeah, that's unfortunate. But look how cute it is. Look at the little head. I do see a little cleft lip. You can see. Sorry. Let me try to focus this. I hope that's better. You can see it's got a little bit of a cleft lip right there and right there on both sides where it's kind of pinched in. But these are the eyes. The body is all like just twisted up. There's obviously kinks in here. A lot of unabsorbed yolk. Look at all that unabsorbed yolk. So this is gonna go into the garbage, unfortunately, and I need to clean up again. Well, that certainly didn't go the way I wanted it to, but you win some, you lose some. So now for the boob egg. Now these usually do make it full term, and they do, you know, usually have healthy babies. Again, I'm just rolling this. We'll take a little snip. We'll try to avoid any veins. Okay. And yes, we do have, doesn't appear to be moving. It's a little concerning. Let's open this up a little bit more. Oh, I think I saw it move. Yes. Yes, I did see it move just a tiny bit. Oh, that's good. It does appear to be ghosts. So let's see, what could it be? It doesn't look like a lesser, to be honest. Maybe it's just a pastel. Maybe it's a vanilla pastel. We'll just leave it at that. Oh, now it's moving. Now it's moving. All right. Whew. So that's a boo bag. This, I guess, typically counts as a boo bag as well. It's hard on the bottom. Didn't fully calcify. And just do a little pinch, a little snip. Try to cut around it. Sometimes you can avoid the veins, sometimes you can't. And this one looks like a hypo. This looks like just a straight up hypo. Not sure if I see anything else. I think I see a little bit of movement on that one as well. Okay, there we go. So that's pretty cool. I mean, we got 2 hatchlings that appear to be viable. We do have to wait for them to come out of their eggs to make sure, but so far it looks all right. It's unfortunate a little guy couldn't make it, but I didn't have high expectations. I was very curious to see if an egg like this size could contain a hatchling, and it did. It just wasn't fully formed. So that brings us down to 2 hatchlings that are alive. Of course, I put them back into the incubator and I waited a couple of days for them to crawl out, and here's what happened. Let's continue this clutch, this saga. So during the egg cutting, you saw that there was one little tiny boob egg, and the fetus in there, even though it was partially developed, it had perished. It had passed away before it could complete its development. Obviously, we didn't have high hopes, being such a tiny little egg. It was just a little bit bigger than a quarter. So it would have been great if it did survive, but unfortunately that was not the case. And then we cut 2 eggs, and both of them were alive. I say were, so you probably know where I'm going with this. Now this is the other boob egg. And funny enough, this is the one that survived. This one, although right now it looks to be in pretty good condition, and it was the egg that looked to be the most healthiest, turned out to have some issues. And if we turn this over, you can see all of this mold underneath. Now earlier in this season, there was another egg very similar where there was some mold underneath or on the side, and the hatchling inside, after I cut the egg, it developed a couple more days, and it did manage to basically break away from the bad part of the egg, and it didn't absorb it. Well, this one, as you can see, did not break away from it on its own. I did cut it free, but it had already perished at that point, so I didn't tie it off or anything because it was already gone. But I did break it free, and you can see it's right there. It was still very much tied to the remaining egg, whatever that is. But you can see that, you know, we always don't end up in a happy situation, in a happy tale. So this one had a lot of stuff remaining. It is soft, so that's why I didn't go ahead and try to tie the baby off, because it was still soft. A lot of times when the stuff inside goes bad, you get a lot of rubbery feeling on the outside, but here it's still very soft, and I didn't notice it because the baby was sitting on top. The other one came out, so obviously when I came to move the other one into its own tub and I touched that one, or I should say I touched this one, it wasn't moving anymore, which is really, really unfortunate because it looks like a beautiful snake. Definitely hypo. And if we look at the head, I think that's definitely vanilla. And that would have been really, really cool because I don't think I've seen a vanilla puzzle before, let alone a vanilla hypo puzzle. So this was vanilla hypo 66%. No, sorry, 50% puzzle. So I'm not heavily involved in puzzle. I mainly got the mom because she was hypo, and the dad, however, is double het hypo puzzle. So like I said, unfortunate, but these things do happen. I wanted to share that with you. So it's not always fun. There are downside of this hobby as well. But now let's take a look at the hatchling that did make it. And that is this one right here. So I already got him set up in his own tub. Got wet paper towel on the bottom. That'll help with the humidity so that he can shed. I've got the water bowl, and I don't know what else to say about this one. I guess we'll go over the genes. Look at that blushed out head. That has to be pastel. What else can it be? I don't think it's lesser. So mom is a vanilla queen bee. So that is a really, really blushed out head if it's only a pastel. However, it is hypo, so I don't know if hypo and pastel will produce such a blushed out head like that. I don't know if it's vanilla. I'm having a hard time seeing vanilla in here, but I guess if I do some more research and ask around, I could do that and get a more definitive answer. But for now, I am content with it being a hypo pastel, 50% het for puzzle. Debating on keeping this one or not. I wish there was some way to see if there's a puzzle marker, but I don't think that exists. So we'll hold on to this one for now. Obviously, this little guy needs to eat at least 5 consecutive meals on his own. And then I guess I can always make a decision then whether or not to hold him back or make him available. We have one lone survivor, and that's reality. You spend 2 years, maybe 3 years growing up a female to size. You have a breeder male on deck waiting for her. They finally get the size, they come together, everything goes right, but you get hit with a bunch of slugs, and then you get hit again with a bunch of animals that perish, and you get one survivor. So that's the silver lining for that clutch, is the one lone survivor. I am still trying to identify it because I haven't worked with hypo that much. It looks like a pastel hypo, but the pattern is a little bit off. The head blushing is almost too clean. So I'm wondering if maybe there's vanilla in it. And if there is, that would be great because I definitely want to put vanilla into my hypo project. And then that'll help me hopefully further along the puzzle project as well, because I have my hypo and puzzle kind of tied together. So that about wraps it up for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. If you're new to this channel and you want to be informed of future uploads, make sure you're subscribed and ring that notification bell. As always, thanks for watching. Please share, and remember, Royals for life. Peace out.